How do you get away with dropshipping on Etsy? I've heard if you get banned, there's no coming back. So this is a super common kind of misconception, and it's very understandable because Etsy brands itself as a very explicit handmade only platform, when in truth, it's not really a handmade only platform. So Etsy basically, they love money. That's the most important thing to them. Etsy absolutely loves money. So if you're providing a decent customer experience, decent products, decent customer service, so the customer experience, right? And you're dropshipping, they don't really give a fuck. Sometimes they'll pretend to care, pretend to ban your stores, and pretend to do this, pretend to do this. They'll do these things to fuck over a certain amount of people, right? But at the end of the day, they don't really give a fuck if you're dropshipping or not, because they still make 11% fees. They make a lot of money. They make a lot of money. So that's the most important thing to them, especially when they became public. So you'll see this on Etsy's forums and stuff like this. They have a very strong Etsy seller community, right? So you'll see it on their forums. When the company became public, they did their IPO. They went on the New York Stock Exchange. They basically were allowing a lot more just shit on the platform. And this has kind of got a bit out of hand because they've just let a lot of stuff on the platform. Platform's still great. You can still find a lot of very cool things on Etsy. But there's a lot of Chinese goods now. There's a lot of dropship goods, and there's a lot, a hell of a lot of big stores just buy products in bulk from China and just ship out products that you can find on AliExpress. We can try and find some of these stores in a second, but there's some very big stores that will literally every single one of their products you can find on AliExpress, and they're buying it directly from China, and they're not even making it, they're not designing it, and they're not doing anything. So truthfully, Etsy doesn't give a fuck. They care about money, and that's just the way it is. And you can validate this by looking on the Etsy seller forums, and I've done a lot of research on there, and you can kind of see when they did their IPO that they kind of switched over and started focusing just on profit and not giving a fuck about the community, which obviously isn't the best. But at the end of the day, I just kind of give a fuck about money, right? I don't give a fuck.